This email is for our mission team. It's going to be the same information that's in the email that I typed out for you below this video. But I just wanted to give this to you in case you had some questions or wanted some clarity. Maybe me speaking it to you through a video would help you to understand where we're coming at. So I'll go through this information. I just want you to have it to show that we're very close, remind you that we have a few details to go through to make sure we're ready to get to Costa Rica and to be servants of Jesus at the Church of the Living Word. So I'm going to start with the smaller stuff and then go down to some more important details in the last part of the video. So for the smaller stuff, first I want to talk about speaking Spanish. I let you know at one of our meetings that I'd give you a cheat sheet of some helpful phrases. So I do have that for you. I've included an image of this little sheet to the email, but I also have printed some copies so that if you're at the church in the next couple weeks and you want to pick one up, they'll be available for you. I've divided it into a couple categories. Being friendly, so if you're at church and you meet some people who speak Spanish, you can speak in their language, just some greetings or some how are yous or God bless you, things like that. I've included a category of some phrases you can say when you're confused. You can let people know you don't understand. You can let them know you don't speak Spanish. And then I also included some helpful words when you are working with people. Maybe you have questions about this or that. Just some helpful words when you're pointing at something or trying to understand something that they could give you some help to. You can speak to a way that they can maybe communicate back without having to understand Spanish. So there's some categories there. Maybe you want to take this and look at it on the air flight. Maybe you want to just keep it with you over our trip, or maybe you don't want to do anything with it at all and you just want to set it aside. That's fine too, but it's just a tool to help you. I know a lot of us are not native Spanish speakers or have forgotten a lot of the Spanish we learned maybe in high school years ago. So I'm going to go ahead and have that attached to the email, but also have copies for you. Next thing I want to let you know about is t-shirts. Our t-shirts got ready about a week or two ago. So they're this beautiful gray purple color. It has a picture of our church and our destination. Each of you gets one of these shirts. They're important for three things. First is going to be on our commissioning Sunday here at Bakerstown, June 30th. I'd like for all of us to wear those shirts. So you can pick up your shirt this coming Sunday, June 23rd. They'll be available on the information desk, or just the Sunday of June 30th. You can come pick it up, throw it on before service at the 11 o'clock service. The second place we'll need them is whenever we're leaving on July 6th. Everyone's going to wear their shirt. It's just a helpful way in the airport to make sure that we are moving forward as a group. What happens, sometimes someone gets delayed when they're going through security. Someone goes to the bathroom in the airport terminal, and then when they come out, they're looking for the group. It's just a way that we're all together. You can look for your group of purple people and say, that's where I need to be, and head over with them. So we'll wear it on the trip to Costa Rica, and then we'll also do the same on the way back. Again, just a way to kind of keep us all together. And it makes us look really nice too. Next thing I wanted to talk to you about, these are the important things. First is the days that we travel. Right now I've sent out an email and I've been getting some responses back of people willing to drive us down to the airport. It's been our tradition as a team from from Bakerstown to meet at the church and then have people carpool us down, give us rides down to the airport, so nobody has to put their car in airport parking. You can just leave your car if you're parking somewhere here at the church and leave it here for the duration of the trip, and then it'll be here when you come back. So we'll have people from the church giving us rides. If someone from your family who's not going on the trip would like to help us, you can let me know by replying to this email. But we should be able to secure enough cars for our trip from Bakerstown down to the airport, and then when we come back to the United States, they can pick us up at the Pittsburgh airport and bring us back to the church where people can pick us up, or you can get in your cars to go home. The time we're going to meet when we leave is at 4 a.m. Our flight time from Pittsburgh International Airport is at 6:45 in the morning. So we'll need to meet here at 4 in the morning so that we can get down there with about a 2-hour buffer to get through airport security, get to our terminal gate, and then get on our flight. So 4 a.m. on July 6th is when we're meeting. Next thing I want to talk about is that we have some important documents that you're going to need to keep with you. I'm going to have them available at our 4 a.m. meeting on July 6th. The first one is your trip insurance card. So this is a medical insurance card that's going to cover you in case there's any accident that happens that we need to take you to the hospital. I'm going to give each of you one of these, and you need to keep it on your person. So that way, if we're split up, maybe perchance we're in 2 different places or anything like that, you would just have this ready with you, and it would cover you for any costs that you have. So again, these will be available. The second thing is your boarding pass. I'd like to be able to print them out now, but the way the airline works is you can't print your boarding pass until you're within 24 hours of your departure time. So I'll have them all printed out and ready when we meet on July 6th in the morning to go down to the airport. Next thing I want to talk about is the schedule. I had sent out a couple weeks a schedule that was up to date at that point, but since I've talked to Pastor Eddie, our host, we've changed some things about the schedule, just some minor things. There's some changes to how we're going to do our excursion day and when we'll go get an opportunity to purchase some souvenirs and from some artists and craftsmen of Costa Rica. So you'll see that in the schedule itself. I also want to let you know, in talking with Pastor Eddie, they do get several churches over the summer that come and help them. So we're going to have some overlap the day we arrive, and then into Sunday. There will be a team from Virginia, from a church in Virginia, that will be there at the same time as we are. So just letting you know to be prepared for that. They won't be there for the whole week, but for this first day or two, we'll be sharing space with another team. They'll be English speakers, so you'll be able to converse with them and maybe hear how their week's gone. But we'll also be gracious in sharing our space with them. But Pastor Eddie has assured me that there'll be enough space, enough beds for both teams to be there at the same time. Next thing I want to let you know is just about money. So you undoubtedly would like to carry some cash with you so that you can buy some small things. There's little tiny kind of corner stores in the neighborhood that you might like to walk to get a drink or a treat. You probably want to pick up some souvenirs while you're there. This is the recommendation I'd give you. So pretty much anywhere you go is going to accept American dollars, but they will give you change in Costa Rican colones. So you can, if you want to, bring cash in small bills, 1s, 5s, 10s, 20s if you'd like to. But I'd go towards more of the small bills so that when you get change, you're not getting a lot more colones than you'd want to bring back home with you. You are welcome to, if you want to do exchange for American dollars to Costa Rican dollars in the airport. But normally, this is being travel-wise, normally what happens is at the airport, they'll give you the worst rate for exchange. But it's never really that poorly that you're really losing that much money on it. So if you really wanted to have a large amount of Costa Rican colones with you rather than American dollars, you could do that. My recommendation would just be hang on to your American dollars, use them as you buy things, and then use that Costa Rican money as you get it in change. That would be my recommendation. I wouldn't encourage you to bring lots and lots of cash, but do bring what you think is appropriate, and then just be wise in how you store it and how you keep it on your person. I will have some emergency cash with me, so if we have an unforeseen expense, if we need to cover something as a team, I'll have that money with me. But everything that is going on in the trip is covered by our fundraising and the amount you paid. So there's no meal while we're in Costa Rica that isn't covered. There's no travel need that isn't covered by the money that we have. So any money you bring will be to cover the cost for food when you are traveling in the airport, which I'd encourage you to have money for that. I do want to remind you that on our air flight, since we're flying with Spirit, no meals are included. So the flight times aren't real long. I think it's 4 hours, 3 or 4 hours from leaving Florida over to Costa Rica, and the same when we come back. But if you were hoping for a flight meal, you'd have to pay for it on the flight. But you can buy food in the airport and bring it onto the flight with you. So I'd recommend you doing that, especially if you're not going to eat breakfast before we leave. But they have told me, and I've talked to Pastor Eddie, they will have food ready for us when we get into Costa Rica, since we'll be landing a little bit before lunchtime. So please be prepared if you feel like you're going to get hungry to have some snacks or grab a little substantial meal from the airport before we leave on our flight. That's all the information I have for you. Thanks for watching the video. I'm looking forward to going down there to be an ambassador of Jesus, to be people of God who love other people of God and just want to help them in their ministry. I think it'll be a great experience for you, really eye-opening to see the kingdom of God at work in another place in the world. If you have any questions, you can call me, you can send me an email, but we are getting very close to our departure date, and look forward to that.